So today I had the distinct pleasure of meeting, say your real name?
Yeah, sure.
Frum Satire, who is actually Heshy. He's a really cool Jewish commentator, I think. He doesn't really do stand-up, but he does more. He'll just tell you what he's thinking with the Jewish world. And this is by way of introduction to my viewers to get to know more about him. I'll link his site and his blog. It's just very funny, real, honest, true stuff that goes on in the Jewish world. So here he is. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate that.
My pleasure. Describe a little. What got you started into commentating on the Jewish world? I mean, there's really not much of a market. How did you find this niche?
I didn't even find the niche that kind of found me. I kind of one day just started a blog and started just writing this stream of consciousness, ranting, kind of rambling about different events in my life, from shidduch dating to davening to kiddush to, playing Jewish geography in the back of the shul, and people just started finding me via Google or via someone randomly stumbled upon it, and wow, who is this guy? This guy's writing the most insane stuff. Oh, wow. And sending it around, and then I built up a pretty big audience like that, and just kind of, kept going with stuff.
It's really great. It's really refreshing what you're doing. A lot of times, like, we have these little shuls, like jokes in shul, but what you do is like you bring everything out to the forefront, and then from when you talk about it, we can take it back to our own little shuls and discuss it there. How do you keep coming up with new stuff to think about?
I don't know, man. I always think I'm gonna run out, and if you know what, right now I'm in a little bit of a slow point where it's not that I run out, it's that just I'm always trying to think of the next big idea and stuff. And once in a while, things hit me on the head, and I'm like, why didn't I ever write about that? Like Sparta. The other day, I just thought about why is it that the kosher pizza industry is run by Sparta? It is. I mean, you go into any pizza, seriously, you would think that Spartan Israelis specifically invented the Sparty Israeli guy, the only guy in your town. Either he's going to be either the mechanic, the plumber, or the pizza guy. How did they? You would think that you'd also think that Mexicans invented pizza because they are the ones making the pizza. They have the Israeli guy named Dudu. They have the pizza guys who are all these look-alike Mexicans. They're obviously illegal, who ride the bicycles with the bags over the seats. I love those, with the tape around the name brand. They're like, oh, God forbid someone find out it's a Huffy that I get it stolen. But yeah, these. So why didn't I write this before?
Right.
So these random ideas pop in my head, and that's kind of what happened.
I apologize for the camera shaking. It's just I'm laughing. I think what you're doing is invaluable, and it's known, at least where I came from, where I learned that making a Jew happy, making a Jew laugh, is a big mitzvah. And these things, the Breslover was very big on being mesimcha, and like you said, if you're happy, you get profits and all these things. But have you gotten any slack from rabbis who said what you're doing is a joke and it's the Chil Hashem? Have you gotten any of that?
It's usually not the rabbis, actually. It's more random. There are people who go onto my, after I started blogging, I started doing more videos and putting myself out there, and I'm one of the only non-anonymous, my name's out there, as I said, Heshy Fried. I'm all over Facebook and everything. And so, whatever, that's fine.
Yeah.
So, basically, I get mussar from random people who come across me and they say, wow, this guy's so effed up. How can you talk about this stuff? They don't realize, a lot of times they don't realize I'm an Orthodox Jew. They think I'm just some random guy making fun of Jews. I'm told, if you have, does your phone ever, shut off, or it's just, I keep going? Oh, it stopped, okay. People, a lot of times, people tell me, if someone doesn't tell you to go F yourself at least, 2 times a day on YouTube, you're not doing something right. They have to. I mean, there are if someone doesn't write effing Jew on your video, I made a video about going on a shidduch date, and someone wrote, you effing Jew. Just I don't know. I don't understand. I did do a video of me dancing around with a gun and had a thing over my face pretending I'm a jihadist. Fine. That's understandable. I blocked comments on that video. But it's interesting. So, I get some mussar. I get some mussar on the blog. Once in a while, I write something a little over my head. I put up a video of the Crown-Eyed Simchas Beis Shoeva and, the people selling water from the Rebbe's mikvah. And people got really pissed. How can you do this? It's what are you talking about? I'm like, look, man, the water is not really worth any money if he's still alive. He goes in every day. Right?
I agree
So-
with you. I agree with you, my friend. I agree with you.
So, you know, and I was like, and they had it in little vials, like little bottles, like you could drink it. I was like,
Did the guy
I
tell you a
hope not.
story of what it can like cure? Like, does it do
No,
anything?
no. I wanted to find out if it can cure my psoriasis. Like, is that the Chabad way of curing my psoriasis? I don't know. But I have, you know, once in a while I curse and, you know, that let some things loose. And I've cleaned up my act. You know, I'm pretty clean. I've conformed. It's got me a lot more viewers. It got me a lot more readers. But there's Musser. I had, a few weeks ago, the Orange County from California Anti-Terrorism Task Force called me a racist and an anti-Semite.
Wow,
Writing
why?
something about this pizza and the Spartum, I think. I talked about how there's always like the brown Spartum and the white Spartum, and they went crazy. They're like, you're a racist, you're an anti-Semite, and I'm thinking, I'm Jewish, you know? And I'm not Noam Chomsky either, man. I don't have that kind of, you know, whatever.
Do you hope to make like what I hope to see is like basically and don't take me wrong, but like I want to see like imitators of you because what you're doing is so valuable and
Dude,
so
there's
good.
this guy on YouTube. Did you hear this guy?
No.
There's a guy on YouTube who's roasting me. He made
That's
5
great.
videos of me slapping my legs and doing the hand motions, exactly how I do a video. He made videos. He put on a wig to make his hair look longer. It was awesome. It was awesome. I was very honored.
Do you ever keep in mind like what I think is very valuable at this point is for like most Jews don't keep Shabbos and kashrus. Someone like you opens up the Jewish Orthodox world in a way that it's approachable, it's funny, it's light, and it's like something that's going to add value and meaning to your life.
You know, I thought that what I was doing was just like attracting this like yeshiva rebel, anti-Orthodox, you know, kind of people who like looking at my making fun of as like me pissed off at the system when I'm not pissed off at the system. I'm Orthodox,
Right.
and I like all Jews, and I don't even have a problem with a lot of the things. I just make fun of them. I'm not really, and I'm not doing it in such a negative way where people are saying, wow, this guy's such a bastard and a cynic or whatever. I'm doing it in a positive, pretty friendly way, and I've gotten a lot of people who are like BTs who are like, you know, they're in their stage of BT where they're starting to get turned off by like people talking in shul and people being closed-minded and everything, and they look at my stuff and they're like, wow, it's like so cool, refreshing to see someone who's like from, who can deal with all the crap and make light of it and make fun of it, rather than like take it to a negative spot and you know, you just go against religion, you know, based on these negative feelings.
You have some upcoming shows. Can you tell us about them? Do you know?
I do. I only plan to do a show in Cleveland on February 28th. And then I said, you know, I'm in the East Coast anyway. I live in Dallas. I'm going to do some shows. So I got a show in Silver Spring. I got a couple shows in Brooklyn. Right now I have 5 shows in Brooklyn, a show in Silver Spring, a show in Baltimore, and a show in Cleveland. And it's, you know, pretty cool. The biggest of which will probably be I'm doing one at Brooklyn College Hillel on March 19th. All this is on Facebook, by the way, and if you type in Frum Satire...
Are you a Facebook snob? Will you like reject people who've tried
No,
to
I
face?
accept everyone.
Very
everyone, even the Jews for Jesus people. Everyone's welcome. Transportation alternatives. Like, what? Your name is Transportation Alternatives? That's amazing, dude. I one time met a guy named Artemis, but transportation is way better. So
I would encourage anyone who, if he's in your area, I mean, this is someone you have to see, and it's someone who'll just it'll make your night better. I mean, people sometimes might complain about the thing, but if you go to like a stand-up comic, you're going to pay $20 just to get in. I think he's going to be hopefully a little more reasonable, but either way, and if you bring a date, you're going to walk away with a sense of humor and a sense of laughter and a sense of like a refreshed look at the Jewish world.
If you don't bring a date, you might get a shit up. She could be your basheret should be there. And you build a bias on these bro.
Very good. Thank you so much, and I wish you much success, and I wish you like a very long and prosperous career. I hope you're able to do this like forever and ever, because you're very needed in the Jewish world.
I hope so. God willing. Thank you.
All right. All the best.